UFC Fight Night Robert Whittaker versus Renan de Ridder has just taken place, and this is my reaction to the card. So there were 12 fights in total, 4 finishes on the card. Starting off with the main event, Robert Whittaker loses to Renan de Ridder by split decision. I know I've seen some people say Whittaker won that matchup. No, he didn't. Renan de Ridder won that. I had a 2-2 going into the 5th. In the 5th round, Renan de Ridder done more in my opinion. I know a lot of people are saying Renan de Ridder was kind of stalling the fight, holding Whittaker against the cage, but he was still throwing when he had Whittaker against the cage. Renan de Ridder won this fight, I'm just going to be honest. Now, this is not how I thought this fight was going to go. I thought Robert Whittaker's striking, especially his jab, was going to be too much for Renan de Ridder. I thought his jab was going to keep Renan de Ridder off him. But one thing I didn't realise going into this fight is that Renan de Ridder is a super fucking heavyweight. Yo, how is this guy making middleweight? I need to know. Because they did not look like the same weight class inside of that cage. Now, Whittaker early on done a really good job. Round 1 he looked really good. But this is kind of what happened in the fight. Renan de Ridder at one point just decided to flip a switch and decide, I'm going to go zombie mode and just walk Robert Whittaker down. And that's exactly what he done from pretty early on outside of round 1 in the fight. He walked Robert Whittaker down. Whittaker was constantly on the back foot. Those knees from Renan de Ridder. He just throws them from anywhere. No setup, no nothing. He completely gassed Robert Whittaker out in there. Both guys were gassed, but I've never seen Robert Whittaker look that fatigued in a fight before. And it was all down to Renan de Ridder having Whittaker on the back foot, being so heavy with the forward pressure. And those knees to the body, they are nasty, those knees to the body. And Whittaker started off really well. Obviously dropped Renan de Ridder with a big right hand in the 3rd round. Was unlucky not to get him out of there. Renan de Ridder did kind of cheat, grabbed onto the glove. But still, Robert Whittaker couldn't get him out of there. Good recoverability, if that's even a word, from Renan de Ridder. But yeah, Robert Whittaker, as the fight went on, became so obsessed with defending the takedowns. Now, Renan de Ridder shot 15 takedowns, he secured 2 of them. Robert Whittaker done a really good job of, even when he was against the cage, of getting his back off the cage. But then that meant he became so obsessed with defending those positions that he just stopped striking with Renan de Ridder and was very hesitant in letting his shots go. And you heard that from the corner of Robert Whittaker when they were speaking to him. They were saying to him, let the shots go. And Whittaker, whether it be because he was gassed, which I think is a big part to playing in, but I do think mentally he was so focused on the takedown threat of Renan de Ridder that he just froze isn't the word, but he just didn't let his shots go. And Renan de Ridder definitely won this fight in my opinion. What's next for Robert Whittaker? I'm unsure. It's definitely not the move to light heavyweight after seeing that performance. Do not move to light heavyweight. What's next for Renan de Ridder? I think you do him versus the winner of Roman Dolidze versus Anthony Hernandez. I think that's a fight that makes sense. Obviously, de Ridder's he's unbeaten now in the UFC. Big win over Robert Whittaker, but I think he needs one more because the winner of Bariel versus Magomedsharipov will be fighting the winner of DDP Hamza next, in my opinion, because those guys deserve it more, whoever wins that fight. Good performance from Renan de Ridder. Sad to see that this is probably the end of Robert Whittaker. The Whittaker era is officially over. Moving on, co-main event, Petr Yan, Marcus McGhee. Now, I didn't realise Marcus McGhee was this good. Maybe I'm the only one. You can let me know in the comments below. That's the key takeaway from this performance. Obviously, Yan won this fight, definitely. But I was really surprised at how good Marcus McGhee was, especially early on. How good he was in the boxing exchanges with Petr Yan. Now, this was a typical Yan performance. Yan loses the early half of the fight, collects all the data, picks it up, and wins very comfortably by decision. Really is no finishing threat from Petr Yan, if we're being honest. But I'm just surprised that Marcus McGhee held up. You know, like he kept it competitive with Petr Yan. I really did not think that was going to happen. And that's the key takeaway from this fight, is that Marcus McGhee is actually good. This guy's elite. He's an elite level operator. I'm looking forward to seeing what he can do next in his next UFC fight. What's next for Yan? It has to be for the belt, either against Mabayv in a rematch or Corey Sandhagen in a rematch. Most likely against Mabayv. Really good performance from Petr Yan. Honestly, one of the most well-rounded fighters ever in UFC history. Moving on, feature fight. This was easily fight of the night. Shara versus Marc-Andre Bariel. What a fight this was. This was meant to be a layup for Shara. Shara will not be champion, in my opinion. I don't even think he can make it in the top 10 of the division. Now, Shara has got some of the fastest kicks in the UFC today. done a really good job early on of just messing up the lead leg of Marc-Andre Bariel. In the second round, his confidence was picking up. It looked like it was going to be just a repeat of what we seen in the first round. In fact, Marc-Andre Bariel got busted up pretty badly around the top of the head with elbows from Shara, and then Marc-Andre Bariel just hit him with the literally right hand, boom, square smack in One Eye Wonder's nose, plastered it to the back of his head, and Shara was in trouble. Marc-Andre Bariel done a really good job after catching Shara with closing the distance, getting him up against the cage, but got him up against the cage and really didn't do much with it. He was like trying to get control time. It's like, let the fucking shots go. You've hurt him, you've broke his nose, dig to the body, dig upstairs. And Marc-Andre Bariel just couldn't do it. In the third round, Shara picked it up again and won the fight. Definitely a clear win for Shara in my opinion. But again, shows that Shara isn't as good as what people think he is, in my opinion. And it showed that he's extremely tough in there. I mean, that was a really bad broken nose that he got. And Marc-Andre Bariel, who's normally known for not being the most durable, did tough it out in there against Shara. Fight of the night by far. Moving on, Asiel Mabayv versus Jose Ochoa. Tell me Asiel Mabayv isn't using the fucking baby filter on Snapchat. Yo, I swear this guy looks like fucking Boss Baby. But nonetheless, Asiel Mabayv, pretty boring fight. Jose Ochoa just couldn't keep standing for long enough. Why the fuck did he keep throwing high kicks when he kept being caught and taken down by Asiel Mabayv? Just didn't make sense in my opinion. Done a good job of getting up, especially early on, but Asiel Mabayv went Marab mode, constantly shooting takedowns. He shot 16 takedowns in this fight, and Asiel Mabayv won it. A pretty boring matchup though. Moving on, Nikita Kryov versus Bogdan Guskov. Nikita Kryov lost me money again. Get this guy so far out of the fucking UFC. It's crazy. Since Nikita Kryov came back, serious question. Have they removed his brain from his head and shoved it up his fucking ass? Because why would you not utilise your grappling? You're a better grappler than Bogdan Guskov. Why would you stay on the feet with him? You didn't shoot a single takedown. Why would you stay on the feet with someone who's a crazy big puncher in the division, better striker than you, and you're coming off a brutal KO with a fast turnaround? Why the fuck would you not grapple with this guy? Good KO from Bogdan Guskov. I'm looking forward to seeing what he does next. He won't be champion in my opinion. I think a lot of guys in the light heavyweight division beat him. But man, Nikita Kryov was once an underrated gem in the light heavyweight division. It's not an overrated piece of fucking shit. Get this guy to the PFL. Moving on, Bryce Mitchell. Yo, I needed this. Yo, get this fucking gremlin off my screen. Bryce Mitchell beat Nurmagomedov. Look, let's be honest, it wasn't an entertaining fight. It was far from it. Nurmagomedov landed a good knee in the first round. He won that round off that. He dropped Bryce Mitchell. But Bryce Mitchell put that belt on him now. Bryce Mitchell ended up utilising his grappling. At points, it was a bit shaky. I thought Said was going to get the front headlock choke on him. I thought he was going to get a guillotine on him at one point. But Bryce Mitchell utilised his grappling. Done a good job of controlling Said Nurmagomedov. Pretty boring fight if we're being honest. Especially in round 3. Round 3, Bryce Mitchell got this back. But tell me one thing, yeah? Why the fuck does Said Nurmagomedov get to cheat repeatedly in this fight and not one single fucking point is taken off him? How many times did the ref have to tell him and he fucking didn't take a point off him? It's insane the privilege these guys get when they're fighting over there. But what a win for Bryce Mitchell. Preaching the word of the Lord afterwards as well. Fucking awesome. This guy, awesome. Bryce Mitchell, glad to see he's back in the win column. Muslim Salakov versus Carlos Leal. I'm going to be honest, I fucking did not see that coming. Muslim Salakov absolutely put Carlos Leal on a fucking t-shirt early on. Big right hand dropped him. Muslim Salakov, this guy's 106 years of age, but he's getting better. This guy's like wine. Gets better with age. Carlos Leal, the cheating fuck, steroid abusing fuck, get knocked out. It was a bad knockout. Bad knockout. And he was like a minus 500 favourite as well going into the fight. Muslim Salakov called out Stephen Wonderboy Thompson. I think you do that match up next. I would like to see that. I think it would be a fun one. Moving on, Davy Grant. beat them on Blackshear. What a fucking win. Again, another wholesome fighter getting a win. Well done to Davy Grant. Guy's 39 years of age, still competing in there with really high level mixed martial artists. Damon Blackshear, I mean, he's a good fighter in my opinion. I thought he was going to win this. I thought he was going to utilise his grappling. Couldn't really get it off, and on the feet, Davy Grant, he's crafty on the feet, let's just be honest. Good win for Davy Grant, well deserved win. Amanda Ribas versus Tabitha Ritchie. I'm going to hold my hands up and be upfront and frank. I didn't watch this fight. I didn't see it. Yeah, I was... What the fuck was I doing? I think this was my first shit break of the night. Second came after Bryce Mitchell side Nurmagomedov. Abu Aslan needs to be released from the UFC. This guy might be one of the worst fighters ever. Yeah, dog shit. Moving on to who might be the worst fighter, but tough as hell. Muhammad Yahya. Guy got dropped about fucking 6 gazillion times in this fight. His eye was absolutely horrendous. Golf ball in the eye. But tough as hell. Fair play to Muhammad Yahya. Still one of the worst fighters on the UFC's roster, but crazy durability, crazy toughness in there. Fair play to him. And moving on, Martin Bedet versus Marcus Bucha. Marcus Bucha, I thought this guy was going to be a prospect in the UFC's heavyweight division. Really good jiu-jitsu. Turns out the heavyweight division is fucking ass, and any fighter that wants to compete in it is horsecock. Shit. Martin Bedet beat him. Marcus Bucha may go back to fucking jiu-jitsu. Overall, good card. Not amazing, but the fact that it was on at perfect UK time just made it that much sweeter. Let me know your opinions on the card in the comments below. And as always, like, share, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. And I'll see you all again in the next one.